The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and they offered to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes,
That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
It's game one of a Friday night doubleheader on the hardwood. Tonight, the girls kick off the action-packed night with a rivalry for the ages. It's the Rams and the Wave. It's Darien and New Canaan. Welcoming you courtside inside of the Darien High School main gym. He's Cam McGraw. I'm Braden Shake. So glad you can be with us on this Friday night for this epic rivalry between Darien and New Canaan. The boys and the girls playing tonight. The girls kick us off here at 5:30. The boys following at 7. But starting with this girls game, Cam, it's been a rebuilding year for Alyssa Valente's Blue Wave this year. 4-13 on the season, mathematically eliminated from the FCIAC and state playoffs. But they're going to leave it all on the court tonight because Darien New Canaan is the rivalry of the FCIAC.
Yeah, definitely. And I think what a lot of people haven't seen with this young Darien team is they are very young, a very young team coming into today's game. And I think what they're going to try to aim to do today is to get to see a lot of these new young players and see what they could do. And as you said, a rebuilding year. I think today's game with the big rivalry against New Canaan will be a big one to see who shines.
And as for New Canaan, Kim Palmer has turned the Rams completely around. Despite going 7-13 last season, the Rams have already clinched a state playoff spot. They beat Darien 49-30 in the first meeting. And they have the numbers so far this season, so the numbers are on New Canaan's side. What does the Rams need to do this afternoon?
You know, I think what a lot of people underestimate is how difficult it is going away, especially with this big rivalry coming into Darien with this crowd. It's definitely going to be a more difficult game than people could understand, but New Canaan knows what they got to do. They're a better team going into this game, and I think they just need to relax and play their basketball.
Jumping into our pregame report, first taking a look at the FCX standings and around the conference as a whole. A big game for New Canaan. They currently sit in 6th place in the conference. Darien mathematically eliminated from the FCX standings. You take a look at it. New Canaan 6th place, 7-5 in the conference. Looking to stay in the top 8 to make that playoff cut. So if they win, they would hold their ground in the conference. Darien, again, mathematically eliminated from that equation.
Yep. And, you know, like I said, Darien's not going to lay off the gas in this one, but New Canaan, like you said, they know it's a big win, or a big game. They're going to come out and try to get a win today.
Now to our players of the game for this one. First for New Canaan, they have a star point guard to look out for, and that's senior Maddie Donaldson. Donaldson scored 19 in the first meeting against the Wave, and she'll look to continue that type of production tonight.
Yeah, and Maddie Donaldson all season has had a great year, especially against Darien, as you mentioned, 19 points. She's basically able to do it at all 3 levels, a great 3-point shooter, really gritty, getting inside of the paint and drawing a lot of fouls. That's one of her things that she does very well. And on the defensive end, this New Canaan team likes to get out on the fast break. Maddie Donaldson has done a great job all year getting steals and getting on the offense.
And as for Darien, they've got a nice senior center to look out for. That's Julia Erdlin, whittled by injuries. Erdlin stepped up big time as a senior down in the paint.
Yeah, and Julia Erdlin, again, a big part of her offense is how tall she is. And I think Darien will look to go inside the paint today more than they have in any other game, trying to get good usage out of her.
Those are the players to watch this afternoon. Now the keys to the game on the team side of things. Cam, starting with New Canaan, what do you have on the Rams?
Yeah, along with the 3 on the screen, I think that New Canaan really needs to come into this game and relax. And like we say, play the entire game. Basketball, we always split it into 2 halves, and New Canaan might have a good first half, good second, but they got to play both halves. And I think they know what they need to do and just slow it down and believe in their team.
Now, how about for Darien? What do the Wave need to do to potentially come away with their 5th win on the season?
Kind of on the contrary to New Canaan, I think Darien needs to come out with a hot start. If they want to win this game, they need to surprise New Canaan, use the fans to their advantage, and like I said earlier, get inside the paint.
Now we got a couple minutes left before tip, Cam. Just want to talk about this one a little bit more. A big rivalry, Darien, New Canaan. It doesn't matter the sport. Just talk a little bit about the intensity of this rivalry as a whole.
Yeah, this rivalry has been going on for as long as I've been alive, and it's kind of a different atmosphere when you enter any stadium, especially this one here today between both teams. And I think even the records show that New Canaan may have the better record than Darien coming into this one. Darien's going to give it their all, and it's going to be a close game.
It is indeed, and Darien, they've struggled all season. As we mentioned, injuries of Bryn Karzewski, Caitlin Secor, Katie Bloomer. What's the mentality been like for this Blue Wave team all season?
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it's very difficult when you lose a leader like that, and all those seniors that go missing, they need someone to step up. And as of right now, it's a very young team for Darien, but it's going to build character. And I think in these next couple of years, if they really stay with these players, a lot of these young players will turn into good leaders in the future.
15 underclassmen on first-year head coach Alyssa Valente's squad. Most of them will be returning next year. A lot of great ball players out there. Mackenzie Nolan, Janie Fitzpatrick, Gigi Brown, Julia Ryan, and so much more. This Darien team is loaded with talent. But it's the Rams and the Wave coming up next on the DAF Media Network. Starting lineups, national anthem, and opening tip coming right up.
Testing. Good evening, everyone. My name is Katie Bloomer, and I'm a senior at Darien High School. I'm joined up here by my fellow seniors on the team.
I'm Bryn Karzewski, and I'm a senior captain.
I'm Julia Erdlin, and I'm also a senior captain.
I'm Kate Vidable, and I'm a senior.
I'm Emma Quayle, and I'm a senior. I'm Caitlin Secor, and I'm also a senior captain. We'd like to start by thanking all of you for coming out to support the girls and boys varsity basketball our classmates to suicide last spring, we are forever bonded by tragedy, but we are also compelled to come together to break down the stigmas of mental health and raise awareness and funds for suicide prevention.
We collectively are Wave Strong, and we pledge to continue to remind each other that it's okay to not be okay, and that if you need help, to please speak to someone.
These messages are not only important for us within the walls of DHS, but throughout our entire Darien community, our neighboring towns like New Canaan, and in all the places we'll go after we graduate.
So please support Wave Strong because we truly are stronger together. Before we step onto the court, please join us in a moment of silence. While we are so fortunate to be here together, we'd like to take a moment and remember and honor our two classmates we lost and their families. Thank you. Before we start each game, we do a chant. We ask all of you to join us for this one, and on our count, we will say together on 3, and then have one clap.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3, together!
Everyone, welcome to Darien High School, welcome to Blue Wave. Tonight we have varsity girls hoops, visiting team Canaan Rams, led by head coach Kim Palmer and the Darien Blue Wave. We're going to change things up tonight and start with the national anthem. So I ask everyone to please rise to honor America as we are treated by the tutor singers in the singing of our national anthem to honor America.
This one out.
Starting lineup for tonight's game. For the Rams, number 10, Natalie Coster. Number 11, Patty Donovan. Number 20, Nola Tamara. Number 24, Tia Kinnico. And number 31, Fiona Mueller.
You said it was only like 5 seconds or so? It wasn't much, but for the boys' game,
Tonight's starting lineup for the Blue Wave. They will be led by head coach Melissa Valensky, assisted by John Cornelio and the lovely Steph Miranda.
back on the DAF Media Network. Do want to address before the game tonight the Wave Strong game for Darien. Wave Strong, a organization that exists to break down the stigmas around mental health. It's a community of students, parents, athletes, and coaches who are committed to raising awareness and funds for suicide prevention. And their whole mission is to remind people that it's okay to not be okay. And Cam, we heard the seniors for Darien talk a little bit about it, just a very emotional message they got. And it's really cool just to see what the students have been able to do with the whole Wave Strong organization. And again, both games tonight played in honor of the Wave Strong organization. Darien, New Canaan, the ball is tipped, and we are underway here in game one of this doubleheader. New Canaan will control the ball to start. They'll be in their road black jerseys, moving from left to right on your screen. Darien in the home whites, moving from right to left. New Canaan starting first with Natalie Plosker, the senior guard, moving it down to Donaldson, our player to watch. Dishing it out on the corner for three. Airballing it. Good shot from number 24, Tia Kivico.
And all ready to start. New Canaan, a great shot that they got. Wasn't able to get it to go, but good communication on offense.
Starters for this one, Darien, Kate Avitable, Julia Erdlin, Mackenzie Nolan, Janie Fitzpatrick, Gigi Brown for New Canaan, Plosker, Donaldson, Kammerer, Kivico, and Mueller. Erdlin goes up, can't quite get it to go.
And the fast breaks for New Canaan, definitely going to be pungent.
And just like that, a turnover on the Rams. Again, the second meeting between the Wave and the Rams this season. New Canaan won the first one 49-30 back on December 29th at the New Canaan High School main gym. Darien now in possession of the ball. Over to Kate Avitable. Avitable seeing the double team. Does pass it out to number 24, Gigi Brown, the freshman. One of three freshmen on Alyssa Valente's team. Turned over to the Rams. Here's Mueller coming the other way. Hail Mary pass caught by Donaldson. She'll go up with the layup and put New Canaan on the board.
Yeah, and one of the keys to the game that we mentioned earlier was New Canaan's fast break scores. They like to get out quick, and Maddie Donaldson getting the bucket.
Maddie Donaldson, she had 14 against Darien last year, 19 in the first meeting with Darien. Erdlin down low. She goes up for the layup and gets it to go.
And another player to watch, Julia Erdlin getting inside the paint. Great shot to start this game for Darien.
Great to see that right there. Erdlin putting two up for the board. Natalie Plosker behind the arc. Donaldson for three. Bang!
And this is what New Canaan wants to do. Give it to Donaldson and let her shine.
Maddie Donaldson up to 5 points already. Darien's going to need to slow her down. Risky pass caught by Avitable. Going over to Mackenzie Nolan. Turned over. Coming the other way, Donaldson down low, and Nolan will get in the way of it.
And Darien to start this game. It looks like they're struggling to beat that press of New Canaan. It's difficult to get across the middle line in such a short amount of time.
Inbound will go to the Rams. Again, Braden Shank, Cam McGraw with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network. Inbound pass to number 24, Tia Kivico. Driving now, Plosker, the jumper. No good off the mark. Rebound to Mueller. That one, the floater, no good from Donaldson. And eventually Darien will grab a board. Coming the other way, Avitable. Can't quite get that one.
And New Canaan very fast pace on offense.
Donaldson, risky pass to Plosker. One of 5 senior captains on this New Canaan team. 5 of the 6 seniors given the co-captain role from head coach Kim Palmer, and that's going to be a foul, our first on the night.
And Maddie Donaldson, again, our key player. One of the things that I said was she's very good at getting inside and drawing those fouls, as you can see, drawing her first of the night.
Gigi Brown will pick up her first foul on hits. Maddie Donaldson will shoot 2. The senior forward at 5'9", 5'7", actually, my apologies. First one from Donaldson, she leaves it short. We'll get a second from the charity stripe. And Cam, how important are these free throws early in the game?
Yeah, we always like to mention it on these broadcasts, but free throws at the end of the game, you always look back at them and you're like, wow, really do we make we make some of those, and Maddie Donaldson nails the second one, but 1 point, it's a free point at the line, no contest. So a lot of teams like to practice those.
Canaan going up 6-2 now. Avitable needs to get it across the timeline. Can't, just barely does. And that one will be turned over. Donaldson picking up the steal. Maddie Donaldson picked on Brown. Throws it down low. Good pick and roll. Can't quite getting it. Is number 20, Nola Kammerer.
And Maddie Donaldson just already asserting herself in this game as the true strong point as New Canaan looks to get another steal.
What a pass, and she finds Plosker on it. Natalie Plosker, oh, couldn't quite get it, but what a pass by number 31, Fiona Mueller. She was by our desk here and somehow got the pass off.
She had both feet pointed towards us, and she threw the ball behind her, and it was like a perfect pass. And again, another foul drawn, and we're back to the free throw line.
2 shots will go to Natalie Plosker, the senior for the Rams. Plosker, the 4th-year varsity member for the Rams. Can't quite get the first one, just rims it out. First subs of the contest. Julianne White checking in for the Wave. In the place of Mackenzie Nolan. Second shot from Plosker. That's good.
And Julianne White, another player that Darien wants to see her growth coming into this game.
7-2, New Canaan leads. Gigi Brown over to Whites. Going to Avitable. Kate Avitable, the senior, committed to Holy Cross to play lacrosse. Jumper from Fitzpatrick. In and out. Second chance from Whites. She can't get it. Third chance will eventually be grabbed by Donaldson and the Rams.
Darien got some good looks on that drive. Just needs to get it into the basket.
So far, Darien shooting 20% as a team, 4 turnovers on the game. Donaldson setting up the offense. The Rams with a 5-point lead. Pick on it, driving, dishing it off is Mueller. Down low finds Kammerer. Again, a New Canaan team that can kill you with any player on that court. Great with the ball movement. Maddie Donaldson, the point guard, looking to spin her way to the hoop, throws that one up, just leaves it short. Foul will be called.
And as we were just talking about, this New Canaan team is very different from a lot of teams in the FCAC because they're very good at shooting from the three-point line. We saw already a three-pointer from Maddie Donaldson, so we'll look to see what New Canaan does in the rest of this first half.
It's going to be interesting as New Canaan picks up their first foul. And that's going to be a travel on Kate Avitable. Great defense being played by Fiona Mueller, the junior, forcing the turnover.
Then we talk about the defense of this New Canaan team, already putting on that press. Difficult to beat. So far, New Canaan doing a good job as they call first timeout.
Claire Ognebenny will check in the place of Nola Kammerer. Kim Palmer first to take the timeout. The Rams lead 7-2 early in the goings. Cam, what have you seen out of the Blue Wave so far?
Yeah, I think right now for Darien, they had a quick bucket early, but they really need to just improve on the defensive side because New Canaan, like you were saying earlier, they could kill you in any way. And Maddie Donaldson asserting herself in this game already, doing a great job all around the court on defensive and on offensive, already with a three-pointer. Darien's got to look to stop her.
Rams will break the huddle, come back out after the first timeout from Kim Palmer. New Canaan 12-5 on the season, looking to advance their great year. Darien 4-13, 2-10 in the FCAC Conference. Players retake the court. Inbound will be to Fiona Mueller, the junior. Inbounds it to Plosker. 3:45 in this opening quarter. Avitable tried stealing it, couldn't quite grab it. Moving it out in the corner now. Donaldson goes up. Great defense by the Wave. Foul called.
And that's something that we wanted to see an improvement from the Darien Blue Wave coming out of that timeout. Donaldson, a great pump fake driving in, but Darien stuffs her at the rim now with possession.
Team foul number 2 on the New Canaan Rams. Possession arrow in favor of the Wave. New Canaan leads Darien 7-2 thus far. Still early, though. A lot of basketball left to be played for sure. Avitable bouncing this one down to Erdlin. Intercepted by Donaldson. Donaldson now down low. The give and go right back to Donaldson. She gets it on the layup. Great ball movement with Mueller and Donaldson for the 2 points.
Yeah, and I think a big reason so far for this pressure on offense for Darien is so many young and new players coming in. Beating this press takes such communication.
White staying with it. Off to Avitable. She'll fire for 3. Leave it short. Possession going the other way.
And so far, New Canaan just firing on all cylinders on the defensive end, playing great press defense, and on offense, they've done their ways on the fast break. And let's see what they could do here.
Taking it up is Natalie Plosker. An All-FCAC honorable mention last season for the Rams. Down low, Ognebenny getting the 2 points. Claire Ognebenny, fresh off the bench, the junior, picks up 2.
And that'll be a good matchup between her and Julia Erdlin of Darien. We'll see what happens in the rest of the game between those two.
Timeout taken by the Darien Blue Wave. Their first in tonight's contest. And Cam, what do you think head coach Alyssa Valente is talking over with her team?
Yeah, I think right now, if you look at the scoreboard, you see 2-11 Darien in that first bucket that we saw very early in this game. And right now, it's just this pressure defense, this press that New Canaan has been applying all of the first quarter, and Darien is struggling with it. And like I said earlier, I think the big reason for it is just so many new players on this team. It takes such communication and chemistry to know when you're going to pass it, to talk to each other, to get past that halfway point. Darien struggling with that so far.
They are indeed, and again, the first time out taken by head coach Alyssa Valente. New Canaan off to a firing start, 11-2. They lead Darien, and it was a different story, Cam, for the Wave in the first meeting. Darien struggled in the second half of that game. It was tight coming up to halftime, and the Wave got held to 2 points in the entire third quarter in the first meeting between these two teams. So it's rare to see head coach Alyssa Valente's team off to the slow start as they trail by 9 thus far.
Yeah, and one of the keys to the game that we mentioned, though, for New Canaan is to play this entire game through. You might be leading in that first half, and then the second half, it might just turn everything over. So New Canaan needs to just keep the pressure on and keep that lead.
Wonder who wrote those keys to the game. Whoever it was must have been spot on. Definitely one of the two of us.
So far, I will say, all three of them have lined up with today's game.
That's how you know we do our homework for these games.
Oh, yeah.
Darien retaking the court. They've got some energy in them. 2:26 left in the opening quarter. Kate Avitable to inbound for the Wave. Finds its way back to number 24, Gigi Brown. Now Julianne White. White down the risky pass to Erdlin. Gets it out to Fitzpatrick. Good ball movement, the play, the shot. Back rim. Good rebound by Erdlin. Avitable back down to Erdlin. Being triple teamed, and that's staying here.
So far, just a great possession for Darien, doing exactly what they want. Great ball movement, got an open three, and then just to top it off, Julia Erdlin with a great rebound.
Kate Avitable back on the inbound, throws this one to White, wide open. Julianne White makes a nice move. Being double teamed now. Over to Brown, she'll wind up for three. Bang! G.G. Brown, the three ball.
And Darien coming out of the timeout, as you mentioned, that's what they want to see, a three-pointer.
A big shot from the freshman. She played all 32 minutes in the first meeting against the Rams. 9 assists, 6 rebounds in that contest. And that's the future of Blue Wave girls basketball right there. Turned over. Plosker just boxed in on that one. Now Avitable. Good defense by Darien. A collapse on the ball handler, Natalie Plosker.
This is the dangerous part we mentioned about home field advantage. The momentum will come in strong, and all the fans here will help this Darien team out.
Erdlin going to the basket. She'll draw the foul on Ogdenbenny.
And another one of our keys to the game was Julia Erdlin getting inside the paint, doing a good job drawing a foul, as you can see in the replay here.
Ogdenbenny, the push on it. The referees call it. That will be Ogdenbenny's first. Julia Erdlin going to the line, shooting 2. The Darien senior captain. One of 3 captains for Darien this season. This is the first. Canaan going to make some subs. Bravado checking in for the Rams. Second free throw good by Erdlin. As well as Bella Mendel. Erdlin goes 1 for 2 from the line, cutting the lead down to 5. Chia Corvado for the Rams missed most of the season with an ankle injury. She's back, a senior captain. The jumper not able to get that one to go. It's Plosker. Good rebound to Erdlin. Now here's the Wave. No call on it. New Canaan bench fired up. Down low to Fitzpatrick. She misses the layup. Gets her own rebound, however. Off to White. Avitable wide open. She'll wind up. He blocked. Gets it again. Darien staying on the offense. The resilience from the Wave. And that will be turned over.
Yeah, so far, Darien, again, even though it ends up in a turnover, a good possession there. Just a miscommunication on the pass to the corner. They're getting good looks, and they're playing good offense right now. Definitely better than the 11-2 start that they had.
Under 30 seconds left in the opening quarter. Plosker, the senior captain, dishing it off to number 25, Corvado. Slowing it down, Bella Mandel. 10 to work. In the corner, Maddie Donaldson. Shot for 3. Just short. Darien will get the rebound, force the pass on it, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. New Canaan leads Darien 11-6 on the DAF Media Network. We'll step aside and be right back. Back on the DAF Media Network, going to take a look at our series history in this one between Darien and New Canaan. It's been owned by Darien, believe it or not, 15-11 since 2006. New Canaan won the most recent meeting, and the big one came from 2013 to 2019. Darien went a remarkable 10-1 against the Rams.
Yeah, and we always talk about times where teams are just performing better than others. Darien, like we mentioned right now, going into kind of a downward slope with a lot of their older players getting off to college and their younger players now stepping up. So it's definitely flip-flop, but all these games are competitive. This great rivalry between New Canaan and Darien still going to today.
It is indeed, and teams now taking back to the court. For New Canaan, Donaldson, Plosker, Mandel, Corvado, and Mueller, the 5 for Kim Palmer's team, and then Erdlin, White, Fitzpatrick, Avidable, and Brown starting the quarter out for Darien. Student section filing in. Julianne White getting in, and we are underway in the second quarter. Again, Darien in the home whites, blue numbering, moving from right to left on your screen. New Canaan in the road blacks, stolen immediately by number 31, Fiona Mueller. She'll go up, can't quite get it. Rebound to Plosker, second chance points. Can't quite get it. And New Canaan, a collision there. That's going to be a travel, but they've got smiles on their faces, and they're laughing.
Yeah, just such a great play there by Mueller. Just such great defense on the defensive end, getting the steal and then driving straight through, getting the layup up. New Canaan fights for the second chance points. Not able to get a basket, but still a great position.
You ever seen that before? Two teammates collide and they're smiling on it? Nonetheless, here's Brown down low to Fitzpatrick. She'll be blocked by Donaldson. That's Donaldson's second block. There's the jump.
And so far through this game, I mentioned it again, that press defense, and now Darien, right when they get it past the half-court line, New Canaan just applying so much pressure. We saw a great block there, and now New Canaan back with the possession.
The All-FCX second teamer, Maddie Donaldson, showing why she earned that honors with her second block of the night. Corvado now over to Donaldson. Donaldson driving. Can't get it. Rebound, second chance. No foul to Corvado. Third try, the jumper. In and out. Fourth try. And there's the foul.
And a lot of pressure being put on Julia Erdlin here. It seems like she's the tallest player on this Darien team, and all of New Canaan just fighting for those second chance opportunities, and they get a foul call here.
Kate Avidable picking up her second foul, team number 3. Natalie Plosker, the 5'7" senior guard. Misses the first off the back iron. She gets a second try, though. Plosker goes 50% from the line. As the saying goes, 50%. That's a Hall of Fame batting average right there.
It is. And Darien, through this game now, has done a great job beating that press. But New Canaan just such stout defense.
Again, turned over. Now New Canaan back on the offense. Donaldson winds up for 3. No good to the left. Kicked on it, no call. Erdlin on the ground. She'll lose it to Plosker. Plosker can't get up. Dishes it out to Donaldson. No travel called on it. Valente wants her explanation. Plosker makes one nice move, breaking ankles off to the corner. Corvado. Slowing it down is Fiona Mueller. Erdlin, great steal.
And how about that for a possession? So much hustle and grit being shown by both teams, and Darien ends up with the steal.
Julianne White. That one's good. White using some strength on it. Darien's on the board in the second quarter, 12-8.
And White doing a good job just driving right inside, getting her shoulder into the body and just putting that basket up.
There's Mueller, the junior. Former St. Luke's basketball star, first year playing for Kim Palmer and the Rams.
How about that transfer?
Yeah, and she's so far done a great job on defense in today's game. There's a pass from her right inside.
And in and out from Donaldson. Canaan slowing down on the offense. Down low to Erdlin. Julia Erdlin, and they're going to call the travel on that. Almost like the ball got lodged in her hand in the defender. But the referee does not care.
And as you were saying before, New Canaan has slowed down, and we keep mentioning New Canaan needs to play the entire game here. You never know when this Darien team could just strike back with momentum and take that lead. So I think New Canaan will continue the pressure here.
Kivico checking back in for the Rams. There's Bella Mandel. The pass grabbed by Donaldson. Plosker in the corner. And great defense by Julianne White. She's going coast to coast. White, 3v1. Possession staying with the Wave. A great job by the Darien freshman to get in the middle of that.
And that's something that you love to see from your young players, focusing up on defense, getting the steal, keeping it in bounds, and she goes all the way down the floor. Darien keeps possession.
Now Julia Ryan checks in. She had a team-high 10 points against the Rams in the first meeting this season. Oh, look out, Cam. Erdlin, or here's Vidable now, rather. Kate Vidable finds its way to Brown. Gigi Brown's got 440 to work. Braden Schenk, Cam McGraw with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network. Risky pass. Erdlin stays with it, but then turns it over. Coming down the other way is Tia Kivico. Kivico in the corner. Thinking about it was Mandel. That one up, grabbed by Plosker. Ali Plosker to Donaldson. We've been talking about Donaldson all night. We haven't mentioned the fact star soccer player for the Rams in the fall. That one not able to go from Plosker. Foul called on Erdlin.
And a lot of these two-sport athletes just so athletic. You see it translates to each sport with the cardio running back and forth and the intensity that they learn from both of their coaches. And so far, she had a great start to this game. And New Canaan still leading by 4. We'll see what they do on this next possession.
Third foul called against Julia Erdlin. 3-ball from Donaldson in the corner. Can't quite grab it. Emma Quayle checking in. Dariana Vidable goes up and one. Kata Vidable making it look easy out there, and she'll go to the line for a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play.
And defense turning into offense. We say it all the time. And a great defensive possession for Darien, getting the steal. Julianne White giving it up to a Vidable, and she gets the and one. And just like that is a one-score game.
The Holy Cross lacrosse commit getting touched by the defenders, wraps around, takes the shot, beats the goalie, or in this case, drains the 2 points. And the arc on it, she gets it to go. I think we mentioned last time we both failed physics, but the peak angle on that, if you will, Mr. Louie's watching this right now. And
oh, yeah.
Probably regretting that he taught me.
And it does help when you get it from that high up
trajectory.
Angle.
That's the word I was thinking of.
There you go.
And Kim Palmer is discussing a foul, as I think they called it on number 10, Plosker. Correction, they're going to call it on number 20, I believe.
Going to change the foul from Kammerer.
Oh, Kammerer
to
Mandel was what Kim Palmer was explaining. Nonetheless, the three-point play from Avidable stands, and it's a one-point game. 12-11. Slowing it down is Kivico. And Kim Palmer will take the timeout. Saw something that she did not like in her offense, and she'll take the time to assess it with her second timeout. We're going to step aside on the DAF Media Network and be back with more second-half action between the Rams and the Wave. Back on the DAF Media Network. Out of the timeout taken by Kim Palmer's Rams. 12-11. New Canaan leads Darien in a game that has been a dogfight all night. And it's just the first half. Emma Quayle getting there for the turnover.
Great defense there from Quayle, keeping her eyes on the ball.
The third-year varsity senior for Alyssa Valente's squad, picking up a big one there. Avitable off her shoe, still gets it out to Brown. Great play by Avitable. Julianne Whites, right back to Gigi Brown. Down low to Quayle, overpasses it. Quayle gets on the ground. That will force the jump ball. Possession arrow with the wave, so staying here.
Yeah, I wonder if Darien will try to get to Quayle here on these next couple of possessions. She has a pretty big size advantage, so we'll see what they do.
Down low to Quayle. Going up is Avitable. Air balls, or leaves it short. Possession staying with the wave. New Canaan's been held to 1 point so far in this second quarter.
Yeah, a great defensive improvement for Darien.
5-1 the score in this second quarter alone. Julia Ryan to White, right back to Ryan. And timeout taken by Alyssa Valente. Her second on the Knights. 12-11, Cam. What has Darien done differently in this second quarter to hold New Canaan to just 1 point in the last 8 minutes?
Yeah, I think right now for Darien, it's really improved on the defensive end. But I will say for New Canaan, they've gotten some good shots up, just haven't gotten them to go. But for Darien, the intensity has improved. They've done a great job getting out on the fast break, getting a couple of shots up instead of the turnovers. Because like we talked about in the beginning, turnovers are key for New Canaan on the fast break. But this time, Darien has done a great job with that, getting out on the fast break. And that's why they are only down by 1 right now.
We knew coming into it, it was going to be a matter of which team could play the full 32 minutes, and so far both teams have struggled with that. New Canaan went up 11-6 after the first quarter, but Darien has outscored New Canaan 5-1 in this second quarter. So it's going to be interesting here as this game progresses, what we see in the second half.
Yeah, and back-to-back possessions, we saw 2 very similar timeouts with both teams just not able to beat that zone defense. So both offensives kind of slowed down right there.
Possession arrow staying with the wave. Kate Avitable. Avitable down low to Quayle, just barely gets it off. Avoids the 5-second call. Quayle to White. White down low. Gloucester knocks it away, but possession is staying with the wave. So they'll breathe a sigh of relief. The New Canaan boys team now in the house. That game will kick off, or tip off at 7 p.m., I should say. Darien and New Canaan on the boys' side. That game will be seen on the DAF Media Network, so don't go anywhere on this action-filled Friday night.
Yeah, definitely another great game we got tonight.
That's a game that both teams are in contention for an FCAC playoff spot. Tied for the 8th spot, Avitable. Right back to Gigi Brown. Down low. And again, Darien now slowing it down, taking the more long, drawn-out offense. An interesting approach with no shot clock in Connecticut high school basketball. Kate Avitable bounce pass to Brown. They're keeping it moving. All 5 players touching it. Quayle will eventually turn it over. There's Kivico coming the other way. Donaldson goes up. Nice block by Avitable. Dogfight on the ground. Foul called.
Yeah, what a great play from Avitable, hustling back on defense and getting up there for the block, stopping that layup attempt.
Maddie Donaldson. Dishing this one off. Kammerer. 3, no good. Rebound to Kammerer down low. Avitable strips her of it. Kate Avitable can't keep it in, and New Canaan gets the turnover. 3 ball from Kivico. It's good. Tia Kivico for 3.
It's a big shot there for New Canaan. We've seen a scoring drought all this second quarter. Big 3-pointer.
Foul will be called. Mueller called on the foul.
And Darien, similar to New Canaan, besides that 3-pointer, very slow on offense. So we'll see what they do in this possession.
Risky inbound, grabbed by Mackenzie Nolan. Gigi Brown. Quayle getting the touch. Darien trailing by 4 now. Don't go anywhere, because coming up at the half, White will get that shot blocked. The DAF Media halftime show, Owen Heffron, Liam Tomaszewski will tell you all about this matchup and get you ready for the second half. That's coming up at halftime on the DAF Media Network. Going up, leaving it short is number 20, Kammerer, rebound to the Wave. Avidable, the jumper. She drains it. Kate Avidable, nothing but nets.
Great jump shot from Kate Avidable, and Darien now fighting back in this game.
.16 to work for New Canaan. Donaldson over to Plosker. 10. Kiviko in the corner. Mueller running up on it. Clears it out. Kiviko's got some room. She winds up for 3. Leaves it short. White with the rebound. And that will take us to the end of the first half. New Canaan leading Darien 15-13 on the DAF Media Network. We're going to step aside. When we come back, the halftime show with Liam Tomaszewski and Owen Heffron.
Welcome everyone here to DAF Media Courtside. Join alongside me, Liam Tomaszewski. I'm Owen Heffron. Liam, excited for the second half. New Canaan leading 15-11, or sorry, excuse me, 15-13. What did we see that was strong on the court from both these teams?
Well, I gotta say the second half was a lot of scrappy basketball. Definitely saw a lot of turnovers, a lot of blocks, a lot of steals by both sides of the team, especially on the defense. And then going to the offensive side, seeing on the New Canaan Rams, Maggie Donaldson making a lot of three-pointers, making a lot of baskets, and really trying to charge up this New Canaan offense. And overall, I thought it was a great half for both sides, especially seeing New Canaan go up early and then Darien trying to come back and take that lead. But overall, I think it's going to be great, and we're going to see a great second half.
Let's take a look at our first half stats here. Maddie Donaldson, our player to watch for New Canaan, does have 8 points on the night, like Liam was saying. Very good scrappy basketball. On the Darien side, Kate Avidable with 5. Nice and 1 3-point play. Julia Erdlin with 3, Julian White with 2, and Gigi Brown with a nice 3-pointer for 3.
Yeah, just taking a look at the stats again, I was just seeing great points. I mean, not many fouls. I mean, I didn't see many players going to the line at all, and I thought it was just really overall great basketball. Pretty much on both sides of the ball. Seeing New Canaan was going really well. If we can get our stats up to see going more in depth on the free throws, the field goals. I thought both teams have been playing really well so far, and it's going to be interesting to see what the Darien and New Canaan coaches are going to be doing. All right, so looks like we're not going to get our stats, but we'll just go a little over, seeing both sides on the 3 points, the field goals, the fouls. I thought it was overall a pretty good half, and I can't wait to see what's going on next.
Yeah, Liam, you mentioned the coaches. This is a Darien team that's been very disorganized coaching-wise the past couple of years. Melba Chambers, longtime coach, past couple of years, stepped down or sat out for the 2020-2021 COVID-ridden season. And Ian Bossert, longtime assistant coach, well known for the 2017 FCAC quarters run he made with Darien as an assistant coach, took over for that 1 year. Melba Chambers then took over for the next season, the 2021-22 season. With the disappointing 5-15 record, she decided to step down for good, which brings us to our new coach, Alyssa Valente, who is also a world language teacher at Oxford Elementary School right here in Darien. And I really like Alyssa. I don't know about you, Liam, but I really like Alyssa. I think she can lead this team, even though they're in a sort of a rebuilding phase. I believe that Alyssa Valente could easily go and lead this Darien team somewhere far.
Yeah, just talking about Alyssa Valente, I had the privilege to talk to her. Before the game, just about how they were prepared to face the New Canaan Rams and how they've been so strong this year. And pretty much she just said they have to go back to fundamentals, just pretty much create some more basketball on the court, make some plays, and then just be out there for each other. Of course, this is the Wave's strong game. for Darien here at Darien High School. And I think Alyssa Valente's trying to be a weapon for the team, just trying to create more weapons, get the captains going, and just really create the team energy and vibe to make it a really strong Darien team for the future.
Yeah, both of these teams in a rebuilding phase currently at this point. Now, New Canaan playing very well in this first half. What does Darien need to do to bounce back and regain that momentum?
Yeah, Darien bouncing back, going to play great momentum. And then looking on the coaching side for the New Canaan coach, Kim Palmer, she's had her fair share of struggles. The Rams haven't coached her. She's a New Canaan High School gym teacher. She coached from the 2009 to 2017 seasons, but Palmer stepped down in 2017. Team has struggled with her disappearance from the bench. However, in 2021, the two-time FCAC Coach of the Year, she returned to the team. The Rams did not do too well her first year back, only going 7-13. But this season, Palmer has really stepped up the team dynamic and wants to make a push for the FCAC and state tournaments. And this team so far has gone 11-5 on the season, and she's really pushing to try to make a statement in the FCAC for years to come, and I think she really can do this. I mean, just seeing her on the court talking to the officials, and she really has a presence out on the court along with the Darien side.
Definitely a character. Again, New Canaan leading Darien 15-13 at halftime. Third quarter is about to start. Again, this was DAF Media Courtside Halftime Show. We will bring it back to Braden and Cam.
Thank you, Owen and Liam. And Cam, as they mentioned, a little bit of good game we saw so far. New Canaan leading Darien 15-13. What did you see in this first half?
Yeah, I actually think you put it a great way. This is a dogfight so far that we have in this game. Darien 13 points, New Canaan 15. But both teams playing very aggressive. A lot of hustle being shown so far on both sides of the floor. And I think Darien, only one score down, they could definitely still win this game. But New Canaan, coming at a halftime, they know what they got to do. Get back to the fundamentals, get back to the basics of this team. And I think a lot of what New Canaan has been struggling with is just missing shots. They've gotten good looks, good opportunities. So I think coming into the second half, New Canaan will get right.
It's interesting what's going to happen out there when Kim Palmer and Alyssa Valente take the courts again with their respective sides. It was a low-scoring first half. I'm not sure if either one of us saw that coming. New Canaan got off to the hot start, 11-6 they led after the first quarter, but then only 4 points in the second quarter from New Canaan to their current lead of 15-13. And it's an interesting, these teams are very evenly matched given the records would say otherwise. I got to give Darien credit, Cam. They are not giving anything up to this New Canaan team.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the pregame show. We're saying that the records might show that, yeah, New Canaan definitely a better record, Darien in a rebuilding phase. But we knew coming into this game, this is a rivalry. This game is going to be close. Both teams are going to give everything they got. And so far tonight, that's what we got.
15-13, our score. We're going to step aside with some quick messages when we return the second half between the Rams and the Wave.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
We're back on the DAF Media Network awaiting the start of the third quarter between Darien and New Canaan. I do want to point out before we start this second half that tonight is the Wave Strong community game for Darien. Wave Strong is an organization that exists to break down the stigmas around mental health. It's a community of students, parents, athletes, and coaches who are committed to raising awareness for the and funds for the suicide prevention. And the whole goal of the organization is to remind people that it's okay to not be okay. And we talked about it a little bit before the game cam, just a great speech, a really emotional speech from the seniors on this Darien team, recognizing the whole organization, talking about suicide prevention and the organization, and just a great fundraiser that Darien has done as a whole community here tonight. And that's a two-pointer from number 20 on the Rams, Nola Kammerer.
Yeah, definitely good to see the community coming together after honestly the past couple of years that it's been in Darien, but Wave Strong hoping to get us back to where we once were.
Nonetheless, Canaan scores the 2 with Kammerer. Darien will get their first touch in the second half. There's Julianne Whites. White gets it out to Avidable. Braden Schenk, Cam McGraw with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network. Julia Erdlin cutting down low. She gets the layup to go. Great pass from White, finding Erdlin for the finish.
Yeah, great play from Erdlin there, getting inside, and again, one of our keys to the game, getting Julia Erdlin into the paint. Doing a good job of that right there.
That's definitely a key to the game in this one. Kammerer, the jumper. No good. Rebounds. Can't be grabbed by Agna Benny. Trying is Plusker. She'll draw the foul on Erdlin. And Julia Erdlin's in foul trouble.
And Agna Benny right there just putting her hands over everyone on Darien, just tapping the ball around. And Buchanan got it, and we're able to draw a foul there.
Natalie Plusker going to go to the line, shooting 2. Plusker up to 2 points tonight, both made on her first trip to the line.
We always talk about every player has a different sort of routine that they go through at the free throw line, so every player likes to get that routine down and hope to make that shot.
Plusker goes 2 for 2 from the line, and she's got a nice 100% completion rate from the free throw line. It's a pretty impressive task right there. It's not easy making those free throws, especially on the road.
Yeah, definitely.
White goes up. Puts too much power on it. Mueller with the rebound. She's coming coast to coast down. If you want a Mueller, good pass off to Donaldson. Can't quite get it. Second try by Agna Benny. No good.
And those fast breaks we've been saying all night are killer for New Canaan. Not able to get it there, but forcing turnovers is their game.
Brown to Fitzpatrick. Number 23, Janie Fitzpatrick. Got called up last year with injuries. Back for her second year on this varsity squad. Brown to Erdlin. Right back to Avidable. And that's going to be a walk called on Kate Avidable.
And Darien struggling to get it going on offense to start this second half. The zone defense for New Canaan is just killing them.
New Canaan's going to take the ball up now. Number 10, Natalie Plusker, senior captain. Mueller down low, finds his way to Donaldson in the corner. She winds up on the 3, can't get it. Rebound to Mueller. Fighting on it, and Avidable gets the ball stripped. Wide open is Donaldson, her second shot. Again, leaves it short. Agna Benny can't quite grab it. And Agna Benny again. Great defense by the Wave.
And right now, just the hustle for both teams. Avidable to get that possession started, fighting for the loose ball. Agna Benny tipping the ball around for the rebound. Darien able to come away with it.
4-point New Canaan lead in this third quarter. Kate Avidable. Passing it over to Gigi Brown. And foul will be called. Foul called on Maddie Donaldson. A couple subs on both sides. Donaldson picks up her first foul. 5:17 left in this third quarter.
And Darien is keeping it close, only down by 4 right here with possession. Still only a 2-score game.
Avidable slowing it down. Again, Darien needing some points. Down to Mackenzie Nolan. Nolan's got a nice shot if she got some space, and Erdlin will go up, put too much on it. Rebound to Nolan. The junior grabbing some rebounds. Oh, she's a sophomore. That was right the first time. Right back to Nolan. Nolan going to take a step or two. Brown fighting for it. And a jump ball called, possession arrow with the Wave.
How about that for a possession for New Canaan? Great defense, running out to the three-point line, contesting every shot. And then 2 players on this New Canaan team just diving for loose balls, forcing that jump ball.
Mackenzie Nolan to inbound for the Wave. Throws it up to Erdlin. 4:45 left in the quarter. Erdlin will get pushed to the ground, no call. Mackenzie Nolan potentially pickpocketed now to Gigi Brown. Brown thought about it. Instead dishes it down low to Evitable. She throws the floater, leaves it short. Canaan now, here's Mueller. Great pass to Plosker, keeping it moving to Donaldson in the corner. She's got room, she'll wind up for 3, and Donaldson drains the 3.
And that was a phenomenal offensive possession for New Canaan. Right on the fast break, 2 great passes, and then kicking out to the corner to McDonald.
Donaldson's one player you don't want to leave open if you're Darien, and that's exactly what the Wave does. And Donaldson makes the Wave pay. Erdlin goes up, puts too much on it. Donaldson driving, and she'll be stripped. Foul called on Nolan.
And again, one of our keys to the game, Maddie Donaldson, and her ability to draw those fouls on the fast break, sprinting down the court, getting inside, and now getting to the free throw line.
Donaldson to the line to shoot. The senior forward. Donaldson makes the first, and she's got 12 on the night. Julia Ryan going to check in for Mackenzie Nolan. Second shot coming from the hands of Donaldson. And misses to the right. Rebound to Mueller. A great heads-up play by Fiona Mueller. Donaldson for the three-point play, leaves it short. And what a play by Fiona Mueller to give Darien the second chance look.
And right now, the effort from both teams. Everyone leaving it on the floor.
Brown for 3. Gigi Brown, the star freshman. And Darien's cutting the lead down.
Right when you think that they're taking this lead away with New Canaan, Darien comes right back in a big three-pointer from Gigi Brown.
Brown's now got a team-high 6 points. Donaldson, the jumper from the free throw line, leaves it short. Plosker tries to get the rebound. That will be a jump. Possession black.
Again, just great effort from this Darien team, fighting for every jump ball. We've seen a lot of those tonight.
Possession going to the Rams. Three ball from Kiviko. In and out. Rebound to Kiviko. And New Canaan's getting the offensive rebounds tonight, which is helping their cause. Plosker drawing the foul.
And that's definitely something that Coach Valente wants to fix. These offensive rebounds, New Canaan just sprinting after every loose ball. They've had a bunch of second chance opportunities in this second half.
2 shots coming from number 10, Natalie Plosker. Plosker gets the first one on a lucky bounce. Second shot from Plosker, no good. On the ground, Mueller will grab another rebound. Fiona Mueller, again, the queen on those offensive rebounds, if you will.
Yeah, and Braden, like you said before, they are just picking up all these rebounds.
In the corner, right back to number 33, Bella Mandel. Not sure why that took me so long to find. Plosker, right back to Kiviko. Rams controlling a 6-point lead in the late third quarter. Mandel dribbling around. Kiviko. Tia Kiviko going up, leaving it short. Rebound to Ryan.
And that's the possession that this Darien Blue Wave team wants to see. Great defense, taking a lot of time off, and then forcing a difficult shot.
Evitable to Erdlin. 2:10 left in the third quarter. Overshooting Ryan on it, and that's going the other way. Turnovers, again, coming back to haunt the Wave.
Yeah, I said this before in the game, but I think some of these turnovers are due to this team and how young they are, and the chemistry hasn't necessarily formed yet. But I think these last couple of games will really unite this young unit.
Young unit. I like the way you worded that right there, Cam McGraw.
Thank you.
Canaan dominating Darien 10-4 in the offensive rebound category. Mandel can't quite grab it. On the ground, jump ball call, possession to the Wave.
How many jump balls have we seen tonight?
The stats don't go that far, Cam McGraw. Just focus to what's on the screen. Okay?
Yep.
We've got points, minutes played, everything else. But we don't have jump balls.
And that's great. I still definitely enjoy that.
Maybe you could start keeping track of those. That'll be your job. Nonetheless, Darien back on it. Over to Julia Ryan. Gigi Brown. Right by Avidable. She's cutting. Being double teamed. Travel calls. The referees let him play. Avidable called on the walk.
Yeah, and the reason for the travel there is actually just great defense from New Canaan, able to get one of their hands in there and grab the ball. Forces Avidable to take an extra step.
24-18, Rams lead Darien here in this third quarter. Dishing out to Plosker. Walk calls. Plosker just got a little happy on it, and she walks.
A lot of time coaches will tell you, if you think you have an open shot, let it loose, because that hesitation will a lot of the time result in a travel or a shot after that that's not as good as the one you originally had.
Nonetheless, Darien back on the offense looking for points. They've had 5 in the third quarter. Wave unable to break double digits in a single quarter. And keeping it in is Julia Erdlin. And that won't be turned over from Brown. Going the other way is Plosker. She'll go up, block from number 15, Julia Ryan. Possession with the Rams. Kim Palmer wanted the foul, didn't get it, and now New Canaan will have 33 seconds to set up some final offense.
Seeing the replay here, it looked like it was a clean block. I don't think any of the players were complaining, but definitely a good play on Darien getting back on defense. This fast break offense at New Canaan is deadly.
Jumper from Mandel, she gets it. That's number 23, my apologies. Grace Driscoll. Could be wrong on that, though. Yeah, 23. I'm not losing my eyesight yet. Jump ball called as Erdlin hits the ground hard.
And we always talk about this rivalry, and I asked you before about the jump ball counter. It just keeps going up and up. Both teams want that ball. They want to win this game.
Donaldson's going to check in. Hattie Donaldson coming on. Coming in the place of number 23, Grace Driscoll, the first-year varsity sophomore. She didn't score in the first meeting against Darien, but made that last basket, so she's going to be happy returning to the bench. Shot there. It's good. Drano for number 33, Bella Mandel. That's actually Fiona Mueller. It's close. And a great end of the quarter for Kim Palmer's Rams. They go up by 10 heading into the fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have an exciting conclusion on the DAF Media Network. We'll be right back. Inbound for Kate Biddable and the Wave. She gets it to Julianne White. We're underway in the fourth quarter.
And this is a very important quarter for Darien, not just that they have a 10-point deficit, again, going against their rival New Canaan.
Braden Shank, Cam McGraw with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network. Mendel can't quite grab it, and Darien picks up the ball. New Canaan in the black, moving from right to left on your screen. Darien in the white, moving from left to right. See our officials on the screen doing a great job keeping this one well officiated. 10-point New Canaan lead. Not that many fouls that I can recall, Cam McGraw.
Yeah, not a lot. And a lot of this has been whenever the ball is loose, usually we see reach-ins, but both teams have been able to get on that ball. We've seen a lot of jump balls. And you see this press defense once again, and 8-second calls.
And they get it off, which it's a turnover for Darien, but that's one you're fine giving because you're now giving it under the hoop and not at midcourt.
Yep. So
I guess a heads-up play, even though they don't want to turn it over in the first place.
And again, one of the things we mentioned before the game started, New Canaan's ability to just force these turnovers and what it does for their offense. Done a good job of that tonight.
Mueller dribbling around. She'll be met with Brown. Grabbed by Ryan. Another turnover. That's our fourth consecutive among the teams combined. Going up is White. Can't quite get the bounce. Avidable gets it. She'll be called for the walk on it. That one just bounced a little too high for Avidable. Just nothing you can do on that if you're Kate Avidable. Substitutions. Bella DeFelice checking in for the Rams. Senior on this New Canaan team, and she brings the height and size under the hoop. She'll be matched up with Julia Erdlin down low.
Yeah, and you could really see the difference. Only Julia Erdlin, really the only core center on this Darien team, but as for New Canaan, a lot of options, a lot of size that they have on the bench.
Plosker in the corner. Plosker goes up, a great take by Natalie, and she adds 2 more to her count.
Great job driving along the baseline, stepping that foot in, able to hit it off the backboard.
Timeout will be taken by the Darien Blue Wave, a full timeout. We're going to step aside on the DAF Media Network and be right back. We're back on the DAF Media Network. 6:33 left to play in regulation between the Rams and the Wave. Game that New Canaan got off to the early start and has not looked back so far.
Yeah, we've really seen it flip back and forth in the first half, but New Canaan so far dominant second half and only 6:33 left, but don't count out the Darien Blue Wave. We saw it in the first half, so they hope that it'll happen again here in the second.
Julianne White getting the inbounds. White off the pick from Brown. Julianne White going straight to the hoop. Knocked up by DeFelice. Possession staying with the Wave.
And Julianne White, a good drive, just not able to put it up. Good defense from New Canaan, stripping it out.
Kate Avidable on the inbounds. Finds White in the corner. She winds up for 3. It's good. Julianne White for behind the arc.
And we talk about in the pregame show how important it is to grow these young players, and their confidence is one thing. See, it looks like a foul called there. Julianne White getting that 3-pointer to go. Definitely a good thing for the future of this Darien team.
Guess her foot was on the line. They're giving her 2 for it.
Oh.
That's what I mean. We don't have the eyesight anymore.
Yep.
Not like we used to.
Nope, of course not.
Even though we're both really young somehow. Nonetheless, going to the line is Natalie Plosker after that very uncomfortable joke.
Plosker, that's our first missed free throw of the night.
That's a good point, Cam. Maybe our bad comedy.
I know.
That's all Darien needed. Plosker drains the second. So she's got her 6th made free throw on the night, 8 points total. It's remarkable, 6 of the 8 coming from the charity stripe.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, how important those free throws are.
Down low to White, gets it out to Erdlin. Erdlin looking for some points, gets knocked up. She has 5 on the game. Ball is loose, grabbed by Donaldson. She takes it across the timeline. Donaldson goes up, leaves it short. DeFelice is called for the technical foul. And Maddie Donaldson said something after no foul was called, so Darien will get the 2 uncontested free throws. I'm getting some nostalgia from the Darien-New Canaan boys game a year ago. No?
Yeah, at least from my eyesight, which, you know, we mentioned is not that good, it looked like maybe Donaldson got hit on the arm when she was going up, complained to the ref a bit, and no hesitation, the technical foul is called.
So Kate Avidable going to the line, shooting 2. Avidable, the 2 uncontested free throws after the technical foul on Donaldson. Avidable misses the first. And again, that's not what you like to see from a senior leader like Donaldson, running the mouth like that and getting the tech called.
Yeah.
Not a good example to be setting. And Avidable makes the second. Ball is going to go to Darien. They'll get it at the midcourt line. So Darien looking to make this a swing in their favor. Again, New Canaan's not been happy with the calls all afternoon. Plosker thought, or Donaldson thought she should have had a foul. The refs didn't call it, said something, and the ref teed her up. So that's her first technical foul on the game. Stepping out is White, possession going to the Rams.
Inbounds we usually talk about in basketball, very difficult with the pressure that is used on defense. Avidable trying to get it into White there, but her foot was on the line.
31-21, Rams lead Darien. Avidable playing the great defense. Plosker staying up. Foul called on Avidable, the push. Kate had 4 fouls in the first loss to New Canaan, and she has kept the clock a little bit lower, the count a little bit lower in this meeting. That's, I believe, her second. Quayle checking in. Quayle comes in for Erdlin. 5:33 left to play on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. So glad you can be spending your Friday night with us. And remember, the Darien boys coming up at 7 p.m. against arch rival New Canaan. Battle for the 8th spot in the FCAC. Down low, finds his way to Plosker. Natalie Plosker gets it out. Mandel's getting the touch. Winds up for 3. Overshooting it, and that's going to hit off the time clock. Would have been a nice trick shot, but unfortunately that does not count.
And Darien's defense right there looking pretty in sync, but still down by 10, 5 minutes left. It's really going to come down to the offense here.
Avidable going to her left. Big hit there from Mandel, no call. Brown bouncing it right back to Avidable. Risky pass grab by DeFelice, turnover on the wave. New Canaan looking to flip it in their favor. They got the 10-point lead. .31, Fiona Mueller. Turned over to Avidable. Kate Avidable looking to finish it. Mandel on the defense. And Avidable finishes. A great steal and scoop. Scoop and score, that is, for Kate Avidable. And she adds to her total, now 8 on the night.
Good play from the senior there on the defensive end, getting it, and then pushing it on and getting the bucket.
4th on Kate Avidable. That's her 4th foul. Darien's team number 6. Mackenzie Nolan's going to check in for safety.
That's tough to see after such a great play that she had.
Donaldson going to check back in after her technical foul. Kate Avidable, 8 points on the night. Plosker, foul called on Whites. 4:18 left to play. That will be White's second, I believe.
And Coach Valenta using this as kind of a mini timeout, talking to 3 of her players. Now 2.
Trying to draw up a play. That one left short off the hand of Plosker. The 1-on-1, but she gets it right back going up for 2. And she'll draw another foul. At first you don't succeed, try again. That's exactly what Natalie Plosker does. Gets her own rebound, and she'll go back to the line.
And part of that, I was just complimenting Coach Valente, but taking 2 people out of the blocks And New Canaan just had the advantage number-wise at the free throw line. They were able to get the offensive rebound, now back to the line.
This is the first one is Plusker. She'll get a second shot, luckily. 31-23, New Canaan leads Darien. Plusker leaves the second one short. And the rebound to Donaldson. Again, New Canaan dominating the offensive rebounds. Mueller dicks it out to Kivico. Right back to Kivico. 4 minutes left in regulation. Quayle gets in the middle, and she'll be pushed to the ground. Foul called on Mueller. Unfortunately, can't do that.
Yep. But good play from Quayle in the paint, getting her hand out, rejecting that ball. Now Darien back with possession, down by 8, 4 minutes left.
It's possible.
It is possible. They do need to look more urgent on offense, as you can see right here, Julianne White.
Ryan, no good. Rebound to Mueller. Plusker goes up for the easy layup, leaves it short. And possession staying with the Rams. Mueller all the way down to Kivico. Handing it off to Plusker. Free ball from Donaldson. Leaves it short. Grabs her own rebound yet again. Donaldson goes up for 2. And then Nolan grabs it. Donaldson's having a nice night.
And a lot of this New Canaan offense in the second half has been ran through these second chance opportunities that they've had a lot of offensive rebounds, as even mentioned.
Julianne Whites takes the three herself. Can't grab it. Rebounds to Kivico. The double team foul will be called on the Wave.
And we begin the free throw game.
I think the free throw game has already begun, Kat McGraw.
But you talked about before how important these free throws are coming down the stretch. If you continue to miss them, giving Darien a chance to get back in this game.
I got to say, though, I like our officials' very enthusiastic 1-and-1 call. Sticking the hands up, letting everybody know it's 1-and-1 right now.
He's ready.
3 veteran officials on tonight's game doing a great job controlling this contest. Almost a shooting violation. They're going to wave it off. Second shot coming from number 24, Kivico.
Yeah, usually the violation would be called as she's shooting, but she kept it down, so no violation.
And head coach Alyssa Valente getting the explanation from the officials. Second one drained by Kivico. Timeout taken by New Canaan. A full timeout by Kim Palmer's squad. Her third of the night. She's still got 2 left. 34-23, New Canaan leads Darien. We're going to step aside on the DAF Media Network. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back. And we welcome you back inside the Darien High School main gym. 2:58 left to play on the DAF Media Network. New Canaan leading Darien. Did they take the points off the board? No, 33-23. Pat just put it up an extra point. Typical Pat. Julianne White making a nice move, showing off the handles. Knocked to the ground. Erdlin trying to fight for the ball. Punches it out, grabbed by Kivico. And Tia Kivico's having a very sneaky game for New Canaan. Spins it around over to Donaldson. Donaldson to Plusker. Maddie Donaldson being met with White, 2:30 on the clock. Mueller. Pass to Donaldson. And Duquesne is just going to let that clock run. Foul on Gigi Brown.
Yeah, as you said, I think the game plan here for Duquesne, let that clock run, get to the line, nail these free throws, and they should have themselves a victory.
Third foul on Gigi Brown. Double bonus. The Rams now enter as Maddie Donaldson goes to the line, shooting 2. First shot from Donaldson doesn't fall. Fitzpatrick checking back in for the Wave. Donaldson gets the second. Nice recovery from Maddie, and she now has 14 points on the night. Team's leader for the Rams, only player in double digits tonight.
And interesting, New Canaan still applying this pressure with 2 minutes left, up by 11.
And what's the call here? 8 seconds timeout. Timeout taken by Darien. So I guess they're going to give it to Alyssa Valente. Just barely gets the timeout off. New Canaan was looking for the 8 seconds call. Doesn't get it. So beautifully placed timeout by Alyssa Valente. That will be her 4th timeout used tonight. And just great placement, as I said.
Yeah, and a very sneaky press from New Canaan. Looks like it did a impact on this Darien team. They weren't really prepared for that. But nonetheless, the timeout called. Darien still down by 11. They're going to need to really spice it up on offense here. Maybe look for some 3-pointers. They're going to need some luck at the free throw line. So we'll see.
34-23. New Canaan leads Darien. And Cam, what did the Wave need to do down this final 2 minutes or so to try to urge a comeback?
Yeah, play very fast-paced. You have very little time left on the clock. It doesn't necessarily need to be from the 3-point line, but I think a lot of those points are going to have to be from there, as I just contradict myself. But we'll see what Darien needs to do. I think it's going to rely on some luck at the free throw line. New Canaan has done a great job making their free throws, but we'll see what happens. Still in store for a miracle.
The Legend Trip Lions in the house, as we just found out. Look at that. Darien New Canaan drawing some big crowds.
Oh, yeah.
And some big-time celebrities.
Most definitely.
Jump ball called, and add another to your count, Cam.
Oh, yeah. And New Canaan's not giving up.
I don't see the notepad. Not keeping track.
If I were to take a guess, I think we've hit double digits in this game.
Oh, definitely. It's all about the play out there, and the girls are leaving it all on the floor, which is what both head coaches like to see, especially coming down the stretch. Darien, they will go actually host Greenwich on Monday for their senior day, then go to Stamford for the season finale. And as for New Canaan, they will host Brian McMahon on Monday before traveling to Fairfield Ludlow on Wednesday to close out their season. So 2 games left for both of these teams on the campaign. Good year for New Canaan, and they'll be advancing potentially the FCIAC and state playoffs next month. Risky pass there. Plosker stays on it. No foul on White. Minute 30 left.
I don't know if I've ever seen this. They're doing the 3-man weave drill, which most teams practice in practice right here to stall time. Very useful.
Kivico foul called. Referees are going to assess it. Minute 18 remaining.
And I think that possession right there might have sealed it for New Canaan. Great job milking. Almost a minute on the clock. Minute 18 remaining, up by 11. Heading to the free throw line.
Tia Kivico going to shoot the shots. This is the first. Second shot from Kivico on the way. Looking to get one from this trip. Kivico swishes the second. Look at that. 35-23. Don't go anywhere, because after the game, we've got the DAF Media post-game show. Owen Heffron, Liam Tomaszewski back. They'll be interviewing our player of the game, as well as getting you set for the boys' game tonight between Darien and New Canaan. That's coming up at the conclusion of tonight's contest. I feel like we're turning into CBS with all these ads. Yeah. Watch Tuesday nights. Some show is on. Guess staff doesn't have programming yet.
Mm-hmm. Minute 6 remaining. See what Darien could do here. Still down by 12, but you never know. Maybe a couple threes go their way. Maybe a steal.
That's a mentality. That's a good give and go, finished by Fitzpatrick.
And they're going to need to press here and try to get a steal.
Mueller, 10-point game now. Let's move by Mueller. Over to Kivico. Foul called on Darien, and they will go back to the line. What's new? Kivico shooting 2 once again. Leaves the first one, rims it out. Kivico, the second shot. Makes that one. So Kivico does go 1 for 2 from the line, extending the New Canaan lead to 11. Intercepted by Plosker. And Darien, you think they foul, Cam?
I think New Canaan will just stall it out.
And New Canaan's going to let the final seconds tick off. With this win, New Canaan will advance to 13-5 on the season, 8-5 in the conference. Darien dropping to 4-14, 2-11 in conference play. Fans starting to clap, give them the ovation. New Canaan. That one is out, and clock will stop with 6.1. Inbound from Mueller to Donaldson, no foul. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that is going to do it from the Darien High School main gym. New Canaan, your victors by the final score of 36-25. A great performance by the Rams, led by their key player, Maddie Donaldson, and her 13 points. Maddie is the player of the game. Don't go anywhere, because the DAF Media post-game show coming right up, where we will interview our player of the game, Maddie Donaldson. We'll be right back after these short messages.
A New Canaan win over the Wave, 36-25. What were your thoughts in the second half?
Yeah, we're just going to go over briefly. I mean, the game was really great. The New Canaan offense was rolling pretty much the entire game, and seeing a lot of offense on both sides of the ball, but pretty much on the majority of the New Canaan side. And we're going to be joined alongside our leading scorer for New Canaan, Maddie. Do you want to start with the first question?
Yeah, so Maddie, it's obvious from watching you, you play with a lot of passion out there on the court. And as this being your last year as a senior, is there anything you're trying to influence to the your younger teammates, or anything you're trying to just leave out on the court for them?
Just kind of trying to influence a winning mentality, because New Canaan basketball hasn't always been a huge winning program, and this year we've really turned it around with a lot of hard work in the off season. So I just want people, the whole FCAC and everyone on my team, to know that we can go out there and we can compete with these teams, and we have been this season, and just to give it everything we have every game to prove ourselves.
Yeah, Maddie, your team did amazing, but more importantly, you. Throughout the game, you had double-digit points. You were all over the statistics of the board, and you were just playing amazing basketball out on the court. You were passing the ball well. So how is the team dynamic out on the court during this game?
Our team dynamic, we're really close, and I think that really translates to how we are playing this year. We're always together, always doing team things, and you can just see we just have a special bond, and we really flow nicely together on the court, and I think that's mostly because of just our chemistry on and off the court.
Maddie, your team record is now 12-5. I'd like to thank you for coming on, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
That's going to do it with us for DAF Media postgame show. On behalf of the entire production crew, Ben Whitechulis, Adam Nelson, Dalton Moss, Cam McGraw, Connor Russo, our producers Liam Tomaszewski and Braden Schenk, and our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew. Again, the New Canaan Rams beat the Darien Blue Wave by a score of 36-25. Sang so long from Darien High School, I'm Owen Heffron, and we thank you for watching this presentation of DAF Media, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We hope to see you soon for a clash between the Darien boys basketball against New Canaan later tonight right here on DAF Media. Thanks to everyone for tuning in and have a great night.